Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now there is a little free speech video about the comments regarding the intro of yesterday's video. And heartfelt thanks to everyone who commented on one of the recent videos where I addressed this. Daniel, point one, folks, don't worry about me. Such things don't bring me down. I engage with such people for a long time, but if they just can't come down from their trip, my God, then it is what it is. Such videos are always an opportunity for me to release some pressure and definitely share my thoughts with you, focusing on what is to come. Well, the thumbnail doesn't suggest any bull run. Yes, that can happen. And with that, I'll dive right in. Then I'll show you later why one needs to be cautious. What speaks against a bull run or an altcoin season or a new all-time high for Bitcoin is geopolitics. I want to make that very clear. I struggled with myself yesterday about whether to use this atomic bomb mushroom as an intro. It can be seen as a tether danger. One can consider it in terms of a possible bull run. One can also consider it for the geopolitical events that are currently happening. This is the biggest risk that we see here. It is not Storm Helene or Milton that is now racing towards Florida, the failure of the company, or anything else. No, those are certainly the Middle East conflict, of course the war in Ukraine. We are seeing more and more terrorist attacks against the Chinese Silk Road here in Pakistan. And on the other side, of course, even more. Yes, how should I express this now? Well, the fear of Americans regarding their dollar and tether and perhaps whatever else. However, the military conflicts are actually worrying me. If any heads here make any potentially foolish decisions, we will see a significant market-wide sell-off of everything that exists. Because when people panic, they sell everything just to have a little money set aside in order to ensure that they have, well, what is there to argue against now? Again, I hope that the heads sitting up there will remain somewhat reasonable. And then I discovered a few other things that I would like to show you about where the market is likely to go, in my opinion. But the danger is still not off the table. Don't get me wrong. This is not financial or investment advice. If investing in crypto, research. What suits you? Is it a meme coin or an application? This will take a bit longer, or there will be legal disputes, which is the main content of my channel. The SEC's fight against almost all cryptos. They hate crypto. Well, but now let's get right into it. And I received a comment that stated or asked me, how is it possible that despite all the bullish news, XRP is still just drifting along? And now I'm just going to show you a picture, because I spend a lot of time on content on my iPhone. Okay, take a look at this. Here we have the price trend. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Here, there, here, XR. Where is it? There it is. Sorry. XRP, Solana, Quantos, up in NR, Bitcoin. Please take a look at the price trends now. Look at this. It's exactly the same. So anyone who thinks it's only about XRP or only about XLM or only about Doge or whatever, no, this market is so young and so fresh that there are simply market makers behind it who are pushing everything up and down a bit. I can't say it any other way. And so, free speech, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee now. People, 2001. Let's move on. Let's go back to that thing again. So the red lines, you see, it's all just a show. But then let's move on to other topics, namely this. This is, as we all know, the liquidity. Global monetary liquidity. Yes, percent exchange. Do you see what has happened here over the years? And we are now just at the end of 24. And there we see these curves, how they have always moved. By the way, this is a post from, I believe, Thomas. Yes, Thomas on Markets. And then let's dive into the conclusion of this text. In my opinion, the following will happen in the next 6 to 9 months. US stocks will perform moderately well, perhaps with some rotation from mega caps to mid caps and small caps. Gold performs moderately well, but currently appears somewhat overextended due to its impressive recent rise. But Bitcoin, the liquidity sponge, is definitely the one I should indeed keep a close eye on closely. It has performed significantly worse than other assets recently, and the price chart looks just like a huge bull flag. I think Bitcoin is catching up and will eventually surpass it in the coming months. Historically, it performs better in the final phase of the liquidity cycle. And here again, as mentioned, the liquidity curve. And then I will go on and jump to the next one. Here is Dan trading crypto. And I would like to point out that he has followers. Bitcoin held onto the support band of the bull market for another week. It has not managed to achieve 3 weekly closes since it lost in May. It is up to the bulls as the consolidation seems to finally rise upwards. Since the beginning of this week, Bitcoin has held up quite well compared to stocks, indicating a certain relative strength. And here we see the weekly chart of Bitcoin. And guys, if this isn't a bull flag since April, then I definitely don't know what is a bull flag. A bull flag represents a bullish type of flag pattern. It arises from the weakness of the bulls. The weakness of the bulls who previously drove the price up. As a result, a correction occurs. This is a pattern that indicates that the price will continue to rise. And that is also, in my view, my personal opinion. But geopolitics, folks, we need to prepare ourselves a bit for the fact that it may not rise or be able to rise significantly. But one thing I ask, money doesn't get lost. It just changes hands. And those who have enough of it want even more. That's simply my opinion. Therefore, I strongly believe that there will definitely still be quite a bit of momentum, and surely price corrections coming, specifically upwards. For when blood runs through the streets, they buy as much as they can. So if anything goes wrong in these military conflicts and we see sell-offs in the markets, then in 2001, I can only recommend react quickly. And when it is truly at rock bottom, Baron de Rothschild. Well, that's it from me for now. I thought I would talk to you all. I still see everything as extremely bullish. Honestly, I really see the market as bullish, because if we know anything, it's that the big players want even more money. And this bull market, this bull flag, and the current weakness in the market is, in my opinion, just a prelude to what is to come. Because I would also like to point out again, we have seen from October onwards, and it partially happened, if you take a look at the charts, what always occurs in the cycle. As mentioned, in the year of the halving, we have always or predominantly started October relatively weak, sometimes for up to 2 weeks. Also, pay attention people, stay calm. And finally, it was about XRP. I am an investor in XRP. Why? Because I see the application. Then there were always comments about the legal case, the appeal. Again, XRP is certainly not a security in and of itself. This has absolutely nothing to do with Ripple at all. Ripple is fighting the battle. They must, and they will. Why? Because they are looking at the XRP ledger. That is the core of their business model. So let's stay really very relaxed and calm about this. And indeed, XRP can be traded without anything standing in the way. It is not a security. So I am currently running with Bitcoin, which is considered a commodity, alongside an XRP, which is a currency. And for all the other coins, we still don't know much. So yes, of course the price hurts, but I'm going to bring it up again. Friends, let me go over it one more time. Again, it is a young market, it is a fresh market, and the adoption of crypto is steadily progressing. It continues and is evolving. Everyone is investing millions of dollars and euros and who knows what else. Just breathe. Wusa. I wish you all the best. Take your time and stay healthy. That is the most important thing. And we will see each other in the next video at 5:30 p.m. or maybe today at 7:30 p.m. in the live stream. Guys, that's it from me. See you later. Thank you very much. Until later, friends, and ciao.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple is the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payment options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the Clinton Global Initiative and the governments of 32 countries released a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website. Ripple today is Better Than Cash. Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals. For 2030, you can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel. World-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange. Exchange What? Crypto is officially utilized for their carbon credit solution. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025, ISO 2022. Ripple was the first ISO 2022 member focused on DLT, partnering with over 300 financial institutions: Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia. Major banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America. Ripple has a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve and a former employee at the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's Digital Assets. Ripple is leading Australia's CBDC effort and has hired a former Treasury official, 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys, 2 former advisors to Clinton and Obama, a former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, a former business director at SWIFT, a former SWIFT board member, a former CFO of PayPal, a former head of the DTCC, a former chief business officer at Uber, a former VP of Amazon, and a former SEC chair. Ripple, a member in the Pound Foundation, Dollar Project, Euro Association, Moja Loop, IMF's high-level board on FinTech, Hyperledger Consortium, Open Payments, Faster Payments, Global Payments Steering, Cross-Border, International Association for Trusted Blockchain, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain, World Wide Web Consortium, and a partner of the World Economic Forum, is directly listed on the WF website. Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide. Thousands of people every day